Picking the pieces up and building to the sky. My patience is waning. Is this entertaining? My patience is waning. Is this entertaining? Got this feeling, yeah, you know that I'm losing all control. Is this magic in my bones? Got this feeling in my soul. I said it through your stones. Is this magic in my bones? There goes my mind. There goes my mind. Don't mind. There goes my mind. Is this magic in my bones?
Hey CGHS,
CGHS.
and welcome to the main event.
On today's episode,
We have Clayton interviewing Mr. Buell with 3 absurd questions.
then we have a message about the CTE project.
After that, Gavin and Easton introduce a new segment, Standing Guys.
You think it'll do good? It's Gavin and Easton we're talking about.
We'll see. Then we will watch a video about what makes teachers and students happy in South Lane School District.
We also have an informative report from Khan Academy.
After that, we have everyone's favorite part of the main event. There you have it with Ella and Zoe.
Finally, we have Vice Principal Valley and Principal Hit tell us about upcoming events through songs. So sit back and enjoy the main event.
Gentleman would have pushed that back in for me.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Wow, that's a really good question. I've been dying to answer that for a while because people think that that question is a joke, and there's actually a lot of scientific substance behind it. Like, you know, in Jurassic Park, they wanted to create dinosaurs, right? And they took dinosaur DNA, put them into frog DNA to create the dinosaur. And my point is that in order for an egg to be hatched out as a chicken, it has to have chicken DNA inside of it first. So we have to go back. How did that chicken DNA get in there? And I'll tell you, through a mutation. And what happened was we had this chicken-like creature that wasn't quite a chicken, and one more mutation happened that just like kicked it over the edge into chickenhood, and that mutation got into that egg, and hence that egg was hatched and the first chicken was born.
Oh, so it's like a mutated bird.
Yeah, and it was a chicken.
Oh. How did the person that invented the calendar know which day it was?
Oh, that's really interesting. You know, I carpool with Mr. Lindstrom, and we were just talking about this the other day. He was actually around when they invented the calendar.
I believe that.
And so what happens is the person that invented the calendar, they just arbitrarily decided. And the proof that this is true is with time. When you look at a clock, when does the day begin? At 1 a.m., midnight, the middle of the night. Well, technically, when we look at the sun rising, that's when the day begins. And so how come 6 a.m. isn't really 1 a.m., right?
Yeah.
It's because whoever invented time just did this arbitrary decision. And so same thing happened with the calendar.
If you could choose one season to last the entire year, what would it be and why?
Hands down, spring. Spring is the best time of year. It's when everything starts growing again. The temperature, let's talk about the temperature. It's warm in the afternoon, cool at night, which means you could pretty much wear anything in your wardrobe at some point during the day and be pretty comfortable. And so, yeah, totally love spring.
I love spring too.
Yeah.
To spring.
To spring.
If you remember last year or knew, Mr. Dimmick, a CTE, had started a program here at our school to build sheds with a bed, a closet, and other necessities for helping the homeless have a home or a transfer home to stay.
I believe the kids have done a great job. They've taken pride in it, they've taken ownership in it, and a lot of them seem to really be enjoying working on it. I've had kids want to come in on the weekends to work on it. So there's some excitement about it. Kids are excited about it. They like what it represents as far as where these small houses are going and what they're being used for. So they feel like they're doing a greater good.
Yeah, it makes me feel connected with everything because we're giving back to people in need, and it's great because we're all learning so much on building, and it's building skills. In Cottage Grove itself, we just have such a bad homeless rate, and this it's going to help put someone inside and help someone get on their feet.
For mainly being a success, Mr. Dimmick came together with co-founder Gabe Peichowitz and other CTE Seth O'Hare to create Square One Villages.
It makes me feel very proud of Eugene and Lane County that in this community we have high school students coming alongside and underneath the folks we're serving in Everyone Village to provide and build these shelters. It really symbolizes the power of what we can do together. It really warms my heart when I think of the long, hard days that we serve here at the village, knowing simultaneously up at Mackenzie River High School and other schools like it, they are laboring at the same task, all working together across generations to provide shelter to our folks here in the community.
South Lane, Mackenzie, and Eugene schools are working together to branching to more schools, students, and people to help the Oregon community.
They've really enjoyed it. I feel like a lot of these kids have taken ownership. They enjoy what they're doing, and some have even come to me and said, I really enjoy this. Maybe construction is a route that I would like to go in the future.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Ella.
For those of you who don't know, this is There You Have It.
This segment where we go around interviewing a bunch of different people.
And since Halloween is right around the corner,
we'll be asking fall and Halloween themed questions.
Where does the term jack-o'-lantern come from?
My Uncle Jack, he used to light a lantern every day on October 30th, and then for October 31st, he would put the lantern out.
A guy named Jack who was making lanterns and then decided to put it into a pumpkin.
A lantern!
Originates from an Irish folktale. In what state is it most normal to hand out full-size candy bars on Halloween?
New York, because that's where all the rich people are.
U.S.
What state?
Oh, state, my bad. California.
In which state?
Yes.
I don't know.
Any state.
Washington? California.
I don't know. Oregon?
Mississippi.
Oregon.
Correct. Please sing the Monster Mash.
I don't know how that goes.
No. The Monster Mash. It's a mash with monsters. What's the Monster Mash?
We do the mash.
We do the mash. The Monster Mash. We do the Monster Mash.
What's your favorite Halloween candy?
I don't know, Reese's?
Sour Patch Kids. Kit Kat.
Snickers.
What year did The Nightmare Before Christmas come out?
2008.
Like 2004?
1976.
So like 1993, 94?
93.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about fall?
It's colder and it gets darker.
The weather.
And cross-country season.
The weather?
Fall sports, probably.
How many pumpkin spice lattes are sold by Starbucks each year?
4 million.
Too many. 25 million.
13 million.
1,000?
Over a million.
424 million. What do you call two witches sharing an apartment?
Two witches sharing an apartment? A bad rental agreement.
A sandwich.
A witch apartment.
I have no clue.
I don't know.
Roommates.
In South Lane, we do whatever it takes for our students and families. This has led us over the years to more than 40 different district initiatives.
But we know that to better serve our community, we need to narrow our focus.
which has led us to define what we do here in South Lane with these 3 statements that guide our work.
We are happy and proud.
Estamos muy felices y orgullosos.
We believe in our impact.
Creemos en nuestro impacto.
And we own our own learning.
Somos responsables de nuestro aprendizaje.
When students and staff are happy and proud, it sets up the ideal learning environment.
One thing that makes me happy and proud is coming in, seeing all my friends, seeing my teachers. I'm sitting down and teaching, and sitting down and watch people teaching.
What makes me most proud is when I see students who are struggling at school and they make a turnaround with their behavior and their academics at school, and they start to find a place of belonging here at Lincoln.
Because I used to don't know how to read, so it makes me smile to learn how to read.
Probably whenever I get good grades and seeing my friends.
Probably if somebody has a problem in between 2 people, I like to solve it.
A song or like a sheet of music all year, and then we finally get to perform it in like a big performance. It makes me very like happy, and it's very relieving when we get to finally like get it done.
I get really excited and proud when I see my students making new connections, and so learning can be uncomfortable. Making new connections in your brain doesn't always feel good, and you have to be able to be willing to tolerate some hard work and some discomfort to learn new things. And when I see a student go through that struggle and come out on the other side being able to read better or being able to do math better, or control their emotions better, it's the best thing ever.
Like when I'm feeling like a little sad, they like cheer me up. Lunch.
We know that what we are learning and teaching will positively affect our future.
What I know is making a difference for others in my own future is being able to see kind of with my writing in my paragraphs and be able to see how that's evolved and get better.
I know I have an impact when students come back to me and tell me that they've understood something or benefited from something that they've learned in my class, and I feel that way with my colleagues too.
I try to be nice to everybody, and when I'm nice to people, the smile on their face makes me believe that I'm doing something correct.
I think that since I'm improving my fluency and comprehension, it can help me throughout life, and also going on field trips. The field trip to the UFO kind of inspires me to maybe go there one day.
Because if I keep up a whole bunch of good grades, I could go to college and stuff.
When I learn something, I can use it later on, and if I'm maybe have a work.
I feel like I have a lot of kids come to me and say things, sorry, I'm getting emotional, say things to me that I can tell really does affect them when they go home, They tell me that school is their favorite place.
Mm-hmm. For future jobs, you need math to find the right measurements and all that.
I'm learning how to work with other people, and I'm learning a lot of valuable skills, especially in language arts class, because I want to go into journalism.
I've always kind of wanted to be a teacher, but now I kind of want to be a preschool teacher. And the way that I wanted to do that is because we've been going to the preschool class every Tuesday or Thursday, and we work in there for nap time and go outside and play with them and do all that stuff.
Kind of how to persevere through hard problems. If you have a hard set of homework, how to just ask questions, get through it, even when it's hard, so that that's what you do later in life.
Everyone is learning, and our effort determines our outcomes.
I own my own learning by constantly reading research on best practices and being willing to take risks to try to get the students to carry as much of the learning load as they can.
Stuff that just to go with the flow.
I own my own learning by reading books outside of school.
Well, sometimes I'll go home and I will take out a workbook with my dad and I'll say, Dad, you gotta come help me.
The way I own my own learning is by consistently asking for feedback, whether it be from a supervisor or a colleague or someone that's taught my subject or not.
I love having people in my classroom, giving me different eyes on what can be better and what is going well.
Making sure that I use student enrichment as a good opportunity to go to other classrooms and get a lot of work done that I didn't get done in class.
By studying, taking notes, and reading.
Sometimes I ask him if I can go out in the pod to work to see if I can hear myself better.
Making sure I understand and know the material that the teacher is teaching in the classroom that I'm working in so that I can better serve our students.
I eat ice cream every night to maintain my mental health.
I check hack every Thursday, and when I'm not happy with a grade, I go to a teacher and I see what I can make it up. Or when I'm not understanding something, I'll go to the teacher and ask questions.
I am an avid reader of both professional books, silly romance novels, and science fiction, as well as part of a book club, so I definitely am always learning and always.
All of this feeds into our mission. We empower learning, ensure belonging, and prepare students to graduate, career, or college ready.
And into our vision. Every student graduates prepared, engaged, and empowered with a vision for their future.
I am happy and proud. I am happy and proud.
I own my learning.
I own my learning.
I believe in my impact.
I believe in my impact.
Awesome.
Nobody's born smart. We all start at zero. Can't talk, can't walk, certainly can't do algebra. Adding, reading, riding a bike. Nobody's good at anything at first. There was a time when Einstein couldn't count to 10. And Shakespeare had to learn his ABCs just like the rest of us. Thankfully, we're born to learn. Slowly, surely, you stumble, slip, crawl, fall, and fail and fall. Frustrating, confusing, trying, struggling, until one day, you walk. One foot in front of the other, one idea on top of the next, each wrong answer making your brain a little bit stronger. Failing is just another word for growing, and you keep going. This is learning. Knowing that you'll get it, even if you haven't gotten it yet. Because the most beautiful, complex concepts in the whole universe are built on basic ideas that anyone, anywhere, can understand. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you only have to know one thing. You can learn anything.
Good morning, Cottingeville High School.
I'm your principal, Ms. Hitt.
And I'm your vice principal, Mr. Valley. And welcome to Musical Morning Announcements.
Now tell me, Mr. Valley, how does it feel to be the ranked #1 duo in all of South Lane School District?
Well, Miss Hitt, I have to tell you, pardon my French, but it feels pretty darn good.
I agree.
Well, Miss Hitt, how do you feel about Halloween coming up?
I feel like the most apt description would be to say, I'm stinking hyped.
Yeah. Nope, not yet. There we go. Okay.
Hello. It's Halloween. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to trick or treat, to go get candy.
That was solid. That was pretty good.
Well, what are you dressing up as for Halloween?
I was gonna be a little pretty princess and relive my high school days.
Anyways, you better get your trick-or-treating in quickly, because we're going to be losing daylight.
All right, I hear there's a little thing called daylight savings coming up on, what is it? Oh, the 5th of November.
Yes.
The 5th of November it is.
No.
You got it.
This one?
Okay, there we go.
Say you'll set back your clocks, go back 1 full hour, until we have no sleep. Hey, this is gonna stink. Lose so much sleep until we are all tired at daylight savings time. Daylight savings time.
There we go. Well, I'm a little bit tuckered out after that one.
Yeah, well, you better do something about it, because Thanksgiving is coming up.
You're right. If I don't, I might not be able to catch a turkey. Who is it? No, there we go.
Catch a turkey for ya.
Cook it all day for ya.
I'd eat with your family for ya.
You know I'd do anything for ya. Oh, I would go through Thanksgiving and gain all of this weight. Yes, I would do anything. That's Thanksgiving Day. You got that? You got it. Okay, there we go.
Well, I'm gonna need a little bit of a break after all that eating. How about you, Mr. Riley?
I would agree. I'm kind of jealous of our students because they get a day off on December 4th. So, we better hope we get some rest too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Yep. This one?
No, okay. December 1st is the last day of try one. This one for them teachers, them educators, it's grading day. December 4th, we don't have school. We get the day off, we're sleeping in, it's gonna be a good day. I'm too smart, got ace. Got a 4-point and a scholarship. I'm too smart, got ace. I'm aiming for retirement. I'm too smart, got ace. Did you say my name? You know who I am. I'm too smart, got ace. And Mr. Wells can't relate, break it down. You got it?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Well, you're right. Mr. Wells can't relate to that.
Well, if that's the case, how did he become principal then?
Trust me, it is not that hard.
Yeah, I hear it isn't very hard to be a teacher either. I mean, look at Mr. Tucker. Yeah, well, what do we have next on our agenda right here?
Well, it looks here like yes, we have winter sports starting on November 13th.
The 13th of November, huh?
Yes.
You better go sign up for those.
Yes.
Okay. What? Nope, not that one. Nope. There we go.
We can go and play on November 13th. You had to go sign up on Family ID. Well, speaking of sports, I believe our football team has a game tonight.
Really? I hear it's against Hidden Valley. You know, I think we got a solid shot at that game.
I would have to agree with you on that one.
I got it. You got it. No. Okay. Okay. You are my senior, the one defender. Believe when I say tonight's the last game and we are playing Hidden Valley at home. Make sure you dress up for the game. Tell me why ain't nothing like a home game.
Tell me why
ain't nothing like a tailgate.
Tell me why
I never wanna miss a game. I want it that way. Yeah.
That's all we have for this episode of The Main Event. Make sure to follow all of our social media accounts. From all of us down in room 119, I'm Mariah. I'm Eileen. Stay spooky. We'll see you next time, CG.
It seems like perfect.